brings me into my next like topic here is how has healing through sharing, right? Sharing your story or your problems or even your happiness, how has that brought positive change to your personal life?
Monkey off the back. That's what it feels like. I think sometimes and most of the time we do a bad job of hiding the stuff that we think we're hiding. And, we think that, we have to put forward a certain image of self for others' approval. And just through sharing and getting some stuff out, the word, like I said, like a monkey off your back, liberty is the word. You never know how, when you hold yourself back in one area or in one self-expression, and how it will stifle other parts of your life. And for me, in hiding certain things, it made me hide my abilities, my intelligences, and like it suppressed everything. So being able to share, feeling safe to share, liberty, straight up.
Hey, Brother Tony, can you go ahead and rephrase or redo that question again, just so I can give a proper response?
Yeah. How has the ability to share, whether it's like good, bad, how has the ability to share within this group impacted your life?
It kind of like what TJ was saying, like especially me and my family, I've always been taught to hold a lot of my feelings in and just keep moving, keep hustling. And I'm working on, expressing myself and my feelings. Being married, that kind of forces you into that, especially if you have a partner that's already on that type of practice of communication. So being a Black man in America and being able to actually be put in a situation where you need to get in touch with your emotions, get in touch with your humanity and your thoughts and your feelings and actually express them has been definitely freeing for me. It's been more therapeutic than actual therapy. I see a psychologist, probably bi-weekly, and then I have a psychiatrist too. And, just because I'm dealing with anxiety and depression. And with that, it's like I only get an hour and, I tell my life story and, I really don't get into like, it doesn't even give the physician the opportunity to put in their 2 cents, because all they're doing is just listening or jotting down notes or whatever they're doing. I don't know if they're playing Scrabble or what, but, they're just, they're like, oh, time is up. And, that's it. But like with this group and the ability to actually get the time and the flexibility to like really express my feelings and thoughts on certain issues, whether it be external or internal, has been very liberating for me. And it has helped me a great deal in really getting down and doing the work that I need to do as an individual and as a man and as a father and a husband to really better myself.
Yeah, man. Like the biggest thing that stuck out to me there is like the work that you have to do. Cause like you said, you see psychologists, psychiatrists, and you go to this group, right? That's you doing the work. Like, cause I have my own psychologist that I go to, and I do this group as well, because it's like just consistent work that needs to be done to fight those traumas. Like there's a video meme out from this man talking about how it's a Black man saying how if you really want to have a happy family, don't think that you're just going to all of a sudden have that family and then the shit's going to be good. Go and talk to somebody about the shit you done been through, because I guarantee you there's not a Black man in America that can't say he done been through some shit. whether it's the world, whether it's white patriarchy, or it's the shit that you dealt with in your family. Everybody's going through something. And if you want to raise a happy family, you got to go in there and do some of that work. So you're not out there imposing and inflicting pain upon people. We talked about in the group where Brother Shaq said, that's an irresponsible person who's not getting their work done on themselves. It's very irresponsible. If you got friends around you, you can't, that's not their battle to fix whatever that trauma is that you're going through. And trauma doesn't necessarily even mean that you got something wrong with you, but sometimes shit has happened to you and you might got to go get some solace and some peace to be like, man, look, I can't repeat this cycle.
If I can jump in on that, Tony, real quick. The flip side of it is the group setting allows for our issues to be humanized. Sometimes as Black men, you use the word superheroes in a positive way. Sometimes we take it on in a negative light, as in trying to save the world, and we haven't even saved ourselves. And so just like being able to hear, what my brother is going through or has persevered through, it gives hope to one another because you feel like you're not alone.
Yeah, it's like jumping on the superhero topic, just because I'm a big nerd. But like, that's like, Luke Cage, when he's going through a lot of his, generational trauma, even though he has this big, hero complex, he's still dealing with a lot of his demons, and, everybody, no matter how perfect they may seem, like, I'm gonna be honest with you, like, me and my wife, like, we were like Will and Jada pre-entanglement. So like everybody, everybody just thought about us as, like this perfect, like super duper couple. And we try and tell people like, we're not like that. We just know how to like work through our issues behind the scenes so that people don't really know what's going on until we choose to let them know what's going on, because it's not everybody's business. So like people were like seeing us as these like, as this model couple. And, now, people are starting to actually see the humanity in us. And, that's something that, needs to be seen, is like, we're all human beings. We all have flaws. Like we all go through shit, and that's how people grow, is like when you find a common denominator, a common line across all groups. That's when the real growth starts. It's not, just seeing somebody that's perfect and they're already on a pedestal and then you try to strive to get to that point. That's not where the growth starts. So that's my spiel on it.
It's like what people say, like, think about this, the relationship goals, right? Like how many people's lives were shattered when Beyonce came out with Lemonade, or like when the entanglement happened, because people put their whole worth into, oh my God, I've been looking up to this couple because I don't want to see the flaws in myself. Whereas like for me personally, I feel like I've thrived from seeing the flaws in myself, because like I'm trying to grow from these flaws. The only way these flaws get repeated is because we don't live in a society where we can grow from them. Like we talked about one time in our group, how honesty is a big thing. But in order to be a Black man in this society, there's no room for us to be honest. Because if we're honest, we can be weak. If we're honest, we're out here just being flawed and slanging dick everywhere. But really, we're just being honest with what we're feeling, what we're thinking, how we're doing, right? If we're honest about our relationships, like what JL just said, we're unstable and we can't be in relationships. And we, they come up with everything under the sun. But really, we're being human and fucking honest. Because everybody's going through these same damn things. It'd be so funny looking at people who always like, talk negative about like people in polyamorous relationships when these motherfuckers is a mistress on the low or being cheated on the low. But they're judging this polyamorous person because they're honest with each other and they're cool with whatever the arrangement may be. Like Will and Jada. I don't want to leave my family, but I'm not necessarily like, I kind of want to go do my own thing. We're judging that, and people are projecting their own bullshit on it. But you know what? That actually may work for them. And how many other motherfuckers are in that same type of relationship? Don't know.
It's the simple fact that I think as a society, we like to act like we got our stuff together, and we judge people based off of that. The word for it is deception. That we have it together and you don't. So if I see you doing something and I think it's a little weird, I'm gonna judge you, even though I probably don't get texted back on the same day. But I want to talk about you because you have 2 boyfriends. Yeah. I think we just basically we just need to allow ourselves and allow one another to be human, to make mistakes, to grow. I don't think I don't think growth is championed enough. And because I don't think we all know what it looks like, because some things have bigger growth spurts, take more time to grow than others. So yeah, you touched on some stuff there.